If I told you that I made over $100,000 in profit from a single video, you'd probably think that I spent thousands of dollars on lighting, gear, and a full production setup. The truth is, it all came from my phone. And this little device is literally all I use to go from being a broke kid with $6 in my bank account, literally on food stamps, to now getting to live in my dream home in Calabasas, having my dream car outside in the driveway, and even retiring my mom. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through my entire filming setup from start to finish. I'm gonna show you exactly how I create videos without needing any expensive gear. So let's get right into it. So to start off, like I already showed you, you already have pretty much everything you need with the device that you're literally already holding in your hand right now. And I want to make it clear that when I first started TikTok Shop, I literally had nothing. I didn't have a beautiful background. I didn't have any sort of light, microphone, none of that stuff. And I was still able to hit multiple six-figure profit months. And I think most people really overthink exactly what they need to get started with TikTok Shop. And they waste so much time chasing the perfect setup before they ever do the most important part, which is actually starting to post your content. And maybe you've even caught yourself saying things like, I just need a better camera or a better iPhone. I need a good microphone for the perfect audio quality. I need this ring light and this softbox and this phone clip-on light. But the truth is, the reason that you're not making sales isn't because you don't have the newest iPhone or a $5,000 Sony camera. At the end of the day, this is just the stuff that is like the cherry on top. It's just gonna make your videos look a little bit more crispy, a little more professional. But I promise your iPhone camera is more than enough, and it's literally what I use to this day. So talking about your filming setup, which is gonna be primarily on your iPhone, I'm gonna give you guys a few pointers. So you always want to use the back camera for most of your content. And I'm gonna show you guys an example of when I film a piece of content and show you guys exactly what I mean. Now, obviously, if you're doing like a talking head style video where you're talking to the camera, selfie style, then yeah, your front camera is good enough as well. Obviously, we are also filming TikTok Shop content, so you don't wanna film horizontally, you want to film vertically. And a lot of people also ask, should I be filming in the TikTok app or separately in the camera app? Now, it's totally up to you, it's personal preference, but I like to film in the camera app simply because I think the quality is a little bit better. And also sometimes TikTok glitches out and sometimes your video will get deleted, and that's one of the worst feelings in the world. But if you film in your camera app, you're never gonna lose a file. So that's something that I really like. Another little simple pointer is you wanna wipe the lens of the camera every single time you film. It sounds simple, but sometimes your camera lens is dirty because of grease or your hands, fingerprints, all that stuff. And just by wiping it, it's gonna look a lot more clear. In terms of tonality, you really want to focus on natural delivery, simply like how I'm talking to you right now. Like, I'm not putting on like this super professional, crazy YouTuber voice, or like I'm in a commercial or something. I'm literally just talking to you as if I would be talking to a friend. People really prefer that instead of like really professional speaking, because it's gonna make you seem human and more relatable. And at the end of the day, people need trust before buying. And if they feel like, hey, this person actually seems authentic, they're gonna be much more likely to buy from you. And that is literally the main gist of things. You don't need a $5,000 camera, no fancy gear, no expensive setup, all that BS. But now comes the part that I think actually does make a pretty big difference in the quality of your videos. So section 2, we're gonna be talking about lighting setup. There's one thing that instantly separates a low effort video from one that actually looks really clear and crispy. It is going to be lighting. And if you're able to get this right, your videos are gonna stop looking like an amateur, and they're actually gonna start to grab attention. People pause, stop, watch, and will listen to your videos if the quality brings them in. But if your lighting is bad, this is what people don't realize. You could have the best camera in the world, but your videos are gonna look grainy, like an amateur, and just overall not pleasing to the eye. So I'm gonna talk about 3 different lighting setups that I really like to use on a day-to-day basis. Number 1 is the softbox. So this is gonna be especially useful if you're filming anything in a room, in a kitchen, and this is gonna be really useful for when you are filming at night. So like right now, there's not any natural light coming out of the window. So this is why I'm using a softbox even for this YouTube video. Basically, it's just gonna put a lot of light in a certain space without it being too extreme. Like this seems pretty natural. If you guys didn't know there was a light right there, then you probably wouldn't be able to tell. And you can get a good softbox on Amazon from anywhere from like 30 to 50 bucks. You don't have to go crazy with like the most expensive one, just a basic one will do. Now, the second lighting setup that I really like to use, especially for talking head pieces of content, is this little phone light clip. So I got this one on Amazon for like 10 or 15 bucks. It's honestly one of the best investments I've ever made. What I like about this phone clip-on light is it has different lighting settings. So if you want to go with yellow light, if you want a mixed light between yellow and white, and then if you just want white light. And then also what's really cool about this one is you can adjust the brightness, like I'm making it lower right now, or you can make it brighter if you need it. It's honestly super easy. All you do is just clip it on your phone like this. And just to show you guys the difference, I'm gonna do a quick video with no light and then just show you guys how much of a difference that makes, like literally night and day. Now, the third light that I really like to use, and it doesn't require any extra money, is literally just natural light. So obviously right now there's no natural light because it is nighttime, but all you have to do is set your phone in front of a window or just stand in front of the window. And as long as it is daytime outside, it's gonna give you some of the best quality on planet Earth. In fact, I would say that natural light honestly beats out a softbox, a phone clip-on light, just because it's natural light, you know? So pretty much while you're waiting for your softbox or your little clip-on light to come in, you can just stand in front of a window and use that natural light. No excuses. And again, guys, this is just really important because it is a difference from your face looking really dull in your videos, which is instantly gonna make people scroll. They're not gonna wanna stick around. Another really big thing that people don't realize is without good lighting, it actually makes your skin look worse or even the product that you're promoting look worse, which can actually affect your conversions dramatically. And obviously it's gonna hurt trust just because of bad credibility. And literally all of the top affiliates know this, which is why they always prioritize lighting. And a little extra tip, it may sound like common sense, but some people don't know. Whenever you set up the light, you're always going to want to stand in front of it. So if I go behind it, obviously it is not going to look as good. But if I stand right in front of it, you can see that the quality is immediately 10 times better. Another very important piece of equipment that I recommend is a tripod. Now you can obviously get away with just holding your phone, but if you're gonna do any standing type of content where you're kind of like showcasing a product, more so like a product review style video, then you are going to need a tripod. And these you can literally get at any big box store. I will leave a link for the specific one that I use if you so care. But like I said, anyone will work. Just make sure it extends all the way up to however tall you are, because there are some tiny ones that only go up to like 20 or 30 inches. And so obviously that's not gonna work for majority of you unless you're a midget. So yeah, just get one that goes all the way up to like 60 inches. But yeah, hopefully as you're watching this video, I'm proving that you really don't need the most expensive gear to succeed with TikTok Shop Affiliate. Especially like I said, in the beginning, guys, I did not have any lighting, any sort of microphones. I literally just used my iPhone. So even if you don't have a ring light or a fancy camera or crazy setup yet, but you are serious about seeing results with TikTok Shop Affiliate, you can. Inside a 7-figure affiliate, my one-on-one mentorship, almost none of the affiliates that we coach start off with a crazy setup. Like I said, like literally just with their iPhone is what they get started with. And we've helped clients see insane results, just like Chris, who came to us at around $1,000 to $2,000 months. And he ended up hitting a $30,000 profit month. Or like Alexander, we helped him hit a $15,000 profit month. That was his 3rd month working with us. Like how we helped Nico hit an $18,000 profit month. Hugo literally bought his dream car through doing TikTok Shop Affiliate. We helped Alberto hit an $11,000 profit month. We've helped some of our female clients like Diana hit a $6,000 profit month, or like Sierra, who literally works a full-time job. She hit a $7,000 profit month. So if you do want to get started and apply what has worked for me to earn over $3 million in sales with TikTok Shop Affiliate, you can click that top link inside of the description. Now, the third piece of equipment that we are going to talk about is arguably one of the most important, and it's literally what I'm using in this video. We're going to be talking about microphones. So this is just a simple Rode mini mic. I will be leaving a document down in the description with all of the equipment I'm listing, but this is literally the best mic. I've tried so many different TikTok Shop ones. I tried some other Rode mics like the Rode Go 2, and honestly, I think this one just clears it out of the water simply because of how fucking simple it is. I can't show you right now, but all you do is just plug it in the bottom of your phone, and then you just clip it onto your shirt like this. It also has a magnet as well. It just snaps like this. And it also has a clip-on option if you prefer that. But I like to use the magnet just because I can put it anywhere on my body like that. Boom. And it connects to your phone incredibly fast. There's no lag at all. It also does come with 2 mics, which is really useful because if you're filming skits with someone, it will also be able to capture their audio and it's all gonna be in sync in one video. I forget the specific name for this one. I think it's like a Rode Mini, but again, like I said, I'll leave a document down below with the link for all of the equipment that we're mentioning. Again, this one is very budget friendly. I think it's less than $100 and you can probably get it on a good deal. And normally your phone mic is usually good enough, but what I will say is there's a few key things that you want to make sure you're not messing up on if you're going to film with just your phone mic. And so that's going to be anything like filming with background noise, like make sure you don't have a fan on, or especially what happens sometimes when you film in your car, the AC will be blasting and it'll like mess up and distort the audio a ton. Obviously, any people talking in the background, try to avoid that. Any TVs, music playing, try to avoid that. Another really big one that actually affected me, if you go back to my older videos on YouTube, I had this huge echo in my office. And so one way to fix that is film in an area where you have a lot of things. So If you look around the kitchen, we obviously have a ton of appliances, kitchen supplies, literal like microwaves, ovens, bottles, pans, pots, and all of that is gonna draw in the audio so it doesn't sound like there's a huge echo wherever you're filming. And then one major tip is make sure that you're not mumbling your words or speaking way too quietly. In fact, I usually recommend for all my clients, you kind of double your voice. And this is something that you're gonna get better with as time goes on and you're gonna learn. But normally I would say like, this is my speaking voice just like normal, and you can hear that's pretty quiet. So when I'm speaking to the camera, I'm trying to be a little bit louder on purpose. I'm not like screaming over here because obviously then that'd be really fucking annoying, but you know, just having a good level of inflection, that's another very important thing. And these might seem like small details, but I promise that they are gonna make a huge difference in your content. And as you guys know, on TikTok and TikTok Shop, your first impression matters a ton. And so that's why I make sure that my audio is as clear as possible every single time. And so the next part that I wanna talk about is something that a lot of people overlook, but again, it makes a huge difference in your content, and that's your actual background / location where you're gonna be filming your videos. So I'm gonna ask you, like, would you rather buy a supplement from someone that is literally laying down in bed, or someone who's filming in a clean and well-kept kitchen? Probably the person that's in the kitchen. And that's not random. This is an actual stat that has been proven. Your conversions can increase all the way up to 80% simply because of that visual context. Not to get too deep into this, but I've been doing TikTok Shop for a very long time, and I understand the algorithm at a very deep level. And TikTok's algorithm is so fucking smart that it will literally look at your background and use those cues to target the right people. So if you film a video in a gym, TikTok will literally realize that and show that to people who are going to the gym. Even if the video that you're making has nothing to do with the gym, it's still gonna show it to people who go to the gym. That's how dialed in the algorithm is. And so this is why it makes a huge difference where you film your videos. Another thing is try not to have a messy background. Now, I'm not saying that you can't succeed if you have a lot going on in your life. Maybe you just have kids, or you know, you have family members. But having a ton of things in your background can really just make the viewer distracted. Especially, I would try to never have a ton of different products in the background that have nothing to do with whatever it is you're promoting, or like a ton of different brand names in the background, because people are gonna see like so many different things going on and they're just gonna click off because there's too much going on. So I try to make sure that the background is always aligned with the product. So for example, if you're doing some sort of beauty product, or maybe like acne skincare or teeth whitening strips, the best place to film that is going to be in your bathroom, of course, because that's where most people are gonna be using that product. If you're doing some sort of kitchen product, which actually we have this one right here, this Ninja Footy oven, I sold thousands of dollars in commissions with this. We would film it in the kitchen literally all the time. Like, I'm not gonna go and film that in my bedroom. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. This one's huge. If you're doing like a car accessory, like a CarPlay adapter, you're gonna wanna film that obviously in your car or outside of your car. It sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many affiliates will get like a portable car jump starter and then they'll just be filming it in the kitchen. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, that is a car product. You obviously wanna be outside of a car talking about it. So now, if you put all of this together, this is exactly how I go about filming my content, so you guys can see this all live in action. So just to show you guys what a $3 million GMV TikTok Shop affiliate looks like, yeah, this is pretty much the reality. We have a ton of different products, a ton of different boxes everywhere. This space is literally dedicated just to having products. We got a Ninja Crispy, Ninja Slushy, Blast Max, have a weighted vest, a Cuisinart mini chopper, which I actually used this is pretty good, but I digress. What we're gonna be promoting today is a sentiment diffuser. So this basically makes your home smell a lot better. Yeah, let's get right into exactly how I go about filming my videos. So one thing that I actually got from Ethan Hartzell, he's an affiliate, he's done over $10 million in sales. I had a private one-on-one call with him, and he told me one of the most important things is making sure that your product is the focal point of the video. So it should pretty much be taking up most of the screen. That's one note that he gave me, because before my content, I used to like have a ton of different things in the background, and now it's just mainly focused on the product. So whenever you go to film, let's say we are gonna be using a tripod for this piece of content. We're gonna be setting our tripod and phone kind of like at eye level. I would say maybe a little bit below eye level, so kind of like chin level. And obviously this is something that you're gonna wanna play around with. And so if we go to video right here, so as you guys just saw, I lowered it a little bit, but let's say the product is right here. Move it a little bit to the right, that way it's in center. And then sometimes you can also zoom in afterwards, but you can zoom in the video. Lower it a little bit more, and just to show you guys what that's gonna look like. And now you guys can see that this diffuser is the complete focal point of the video. That's something that Ethan taught me that I think is very important, and now I'm giving you that advice. Now, one other thing that I do wanna touch on that I think is extremely important is energy, guys. Energy is fucking everything. I know we talked about, you know, tonality, which is like sounding natural, like you're talking to a friend. We talked about, you know, you need to speak loud. But guys, energy, I cannot stress the importance of it. So like even before this YouTube video, I didn't feel the best. I didn't feel like super high energy, but I was like, fuck it, you know, I want to help you guys make a shit ton of money, be able to take care of your family, be able to get all the things that you want. And every time I think about that, I feel like that fires me the fuck up. So, you know, whatever your purpose is, whatever it is that you want out of life, always try to hold that in the back of your head on those days where you don't feel like filming, maybe on those days where you don't have energy. Just get fired up. I know some of you guys have kids that you want to take care of. You want to send them to the best schools. You want them to be able to vacation wherever you guys go. I know a lot of you guys have really strong drivers is what I'm trying to say. So whenever you don't feel motivated, just keep that in the back of your head and try to bring that, you know, in your content. Something else, dude, I'm a caffeine junkie, okay? I used to be way worse. Like I used to drink like 1,000 milligrams of caffeine. I'm talking like 2 coffees a day, 2 energy drinks a day, and some pre-workout. Now I'm kind of at like 300 to 500 milligrams a day. I'll probably have 2 energy drinks in a day, which is still not the best, you know, but what I'm trying to say is like, if you need a black coffee, a tea, energy drink, whatever, to get your energy, right? Then do that shit. And then after that, we just go and edit the video, but that is pretty much the gist on how you're gonna have the best filming setup possible. I try to cover literally every single thing, you know, even like the small things like tonality, audio, lighting, energy, which I feel like a lot of people don't talk about when they're talking about filming setup, but it's just as important as the tools because it's like your body, your voice is a tool as well. But yeah, I definitely feel something that kept me broke when I first started, and what might be keeping you stuck right now is waiting, guys. Like, do not wait until you have the perfect setup, guys, because here's the thing, you're never gonna have the perfect setup. At the end of the day, like all this stuff, like I said, it's a cherry on top. It's cool to have, but it's not a necessity. It's not something that you need right now. The most important thing is that you just get your damn content out there, put yourself out there. And also it's really important that you develop these skills. It's like, imagine spending $1,000 on a crazy setup and you're still a shit content creator. Like, not to sound like a dick, but that's why it's so important to develop the necessary skills of sales, of marketing, of energy, of tonality, of script writing, so you know how to make really good content before you do invest into yourself. So very, very important, you get the reps in. It's like the example, the analogy I'll give is like, we all see the person at the gym, or maybe you played with this guy in sports in high school and they had all the best gear. Yeah, I remember like in fucking basketball. I wasn't the best basketball player, but we had guys that would have like the newest KD6s. They would have the Nike Elite socks. They would have the knee sleeves, the Nike shorts, basically all the fucking gear, and they were trash at basketball. At the end of the day, guys, yes, the gear is cool, but it's just the cherry on top. The most important thing is getting those reps in and putting yourself out there so you can develop yourself and become a better affiliate every single day. So I'm telling you right now, as long as you have an iPhone, you're golden. Now, if you want to learn exactly how to apply all of the things that we talked about today, and obviously how to make your content, then you can join 7-Figure Affiliate by clicking that top link inside of the description. A lot of people ask, Sebastian, what actually comes inside of your course, mentorship program, whatever it is? And the best way I can describe it, guys, is it is not just a course. In case you didn't know, I literally uploaded my course completely for free here on YouTube. It's multiple hours long. So it is the furthest thing from just a course. We literally work with you one-on-one, me and my team. We build out your content strategy. This way you actually know how to make videos that actually lead to sales. We hand select your winning products. That way you're not left stumbling around wondering what you should be promoting. And we even go as far as writing out your scripts, which is absolutely insane. There's no other agency that does that. And so it is a true intensive one-on-one program that is designed to get your results. That's why we say we are the fucking best at what we do, and it's because we actually care at 7-Figure Affiliate. I always tell people, dude, reach out to my clients, ask them how they feel about working with us. They will tell you the same thing. Sebastian, Nico, Hugo, they actually give a damn. We get on live calls with you. We help you whenever you need. We give you feedback every single day on your content. We talk about strategy, mindset. So yeah, it's overall just a great investment that you can make, and our results prove it as well. Like I said, we helped Chris hit a $30,000 profit month. We helped Alexander hit a $15,000 profit month, and he does fully Spanish content because obviously our agency is bilingual as well. We helped Nico hit an $18,000 profit month. Alberto hit an $11,000 profit month. Like I said, Hugo also just bought his dream car through doing TikTok Shop Affiliate. We helped Brady hit a $9,000 profit month. We even have teenagers in there like Ashton, who's 17. He literally hit an $8,000 profit month. It's just bonkers. I can't imagine making that amount of money while I'm still in high school. So yeah, if you want something that's truly next level, and if it's something that you feel like you're ready for, click that top link inside of the description. I'll see you on the inside. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope this helped you all out, and I will see you in the next video.